Welcome to Sports Guys Only. We are back in studio minus our producer Carter.
Quabby Carter.
Coda. Great
Little
job.
bitch.
You gotta do the Coda.
Quabby Kodo.
Kodo.
Yeah, thank you. He's not here. He's at home.
Sick in quotations.
Yeah,
He didn't
I think
want
he
to
is
face.
actually sick.
He didn't
Now,
want to face Gavin.
In Carter's defense, he said he was still gonna come, and then I told him that I would rather he didn't come because
You took away my
I'm-
satisfaction.
You'll get it though still, but you'll have to wait till next week because my family's coming off like 4 weeks of being sick in a row. So I just don't
All right.
wanna
Can't
keep
run it
doing
back.
that.
So for anyone who doesn't
I
know,
don't want to run it back. So
the champ is here. Suck that amusement park, boys. You guys ain't ready.
WWE intro. Dude,
Yep,
That's crazy.
absolutely.
that's how I know Gavin's had too many dreams about being in the WWE.
No, absolutely not. I just,
Walking into some intro music with like
Oh,
glass breaking.
I just loved that intro to whooping
So
all
good.
your asses at fantasy.
So
Now we're gonna take a little moment here. You were the only one that didn't shit on me for some of my drafts, so you get a pass. And
I didn't shit on you.
Shut your whore mouth. And we
tone her down,
And
brother.
Where is this coming from?
We're
and
like
we-
a minute into
I
the
know,
pod,
and
so
we
let's
had
keep
a
the
good
listeners-
heavyweight fight. You did shit on me for one, actually.
When?
Christian McCaffrey.
Nah,
You
no.
said on the pod,
No.
he'll be injured by week 4. He ain't gonna produce too early. And Carter agreed with
Maybe
you.
I did say that.
You did say that.
And you know what the best part is? Number 1 running back.
Was he number 1?
Number 1.
It wasn't Gibbs?
Nope.
Actually,
I
let me
checked.
help. He was the number 1 overall fantasy producer.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's incredible.
And that's including quarterbacks, actually.
You called your shot? I give it to you.
Now,
That's all I gotta say. Thank you.
Did
Yeah.
that turn out better than you even thought it would? Yeah.
No,
Yeah, come
so hold on. Here's the deal.
Yeah,
Here's the deal.
dude.
I will say this. My theory was it's either going to be a home run because of the German geneticist that fixed his legs, or
Geneticist is a sick word, by the way.
I'm going to fall flat on my face.
I don't know if it's a real word. But
It is
I
a
like
real
it.
word for sure.
A geneticist?
Yeah, geneticist.
That's not a real word.
It might
Absolutely it is.
You think so?
Look it up.
All right. I hope that you're ready.
I knew it was either going to be boom or bust,
Be. Yeah.
but I felt good on the boom. I really did.
But like honestly though, in a 4-man league, you kind of do need to take some pretty big swings because I think what we found out, right, is like there were players.
It's a real word.
Thank you. I know.
It is a real word.
Good job, bro.
There were players who
It
were.
just sounded like a word you shouldn't know.
You're a dick.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're not a
Thanks.
great grammar guy.
Fuck yourself.
Sorry, Nathaniel. Go ahead.
There were very clearly guys that like won you matches. For example, Jahmyr Gibbs would go for 49 points and that you'd win by like 20.
Yeah, can I say something? I learned more doing this 4-man fantasy league about fantasy producing than I have in 6 years of doing my fucking keeper league drafts.
Absolutely.
Tell me more.
Dude, you got to
You-
bet on the veterans that can just score points. Devontae Adams.
Well, what I think I've learned more than anything, though, actually, is if you bet on players that are on bad football teams, you are taking a massive swing. You are making a gamble,
Yeah.
Ashton
Because-
Genty.
i.e.
Yeah.
Nathaniel's football team.
Bijan
Because-
was like the one exception.
Yeah, because your team had a lot of really good players
Yeah.
that ended up being on really bad teams this year. And when a team is mailing it in, when they're not winning football games, and when they have people out there that can't help them produce those points, it's extremely hard to be consistent. And
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
we saw that more than anything on my team with the downfall of Jonathan Taylor in the last 4 or 5 games of the year. Because when Daniel Jones went out and they no longer had a passing attack, Jonathan Taylor's production went through the basement.
Yeah, fell off a cliff for sure.
Fell off a cliff. He
Yep.
was the number 1 fantasy producer until Daniel Jones got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because then you just stack the box and play to stop the run.
Justin Jefferson on Nathaniel's team. No quarterback that's able to actually deal him the ball very often in an effective manner. Justin Jefferson, terrible fucking year.
Jamar Chase
Yeah,
for half the season.
Here's what's crazy. Jefferson in 17 games had about the same number of yards that he did in 10 the season he was out for 7 games with a hamstring injury.
Crazy.
That's how bad it was for him this year. He wasn't necessarily that bad, but the quarterback play to get him the ball was.
What offends me from our league is not the count I ended up in the championship, because that's who it should have been. We had the best 2 teams.
Yep.
No question. What bugs me is that you quit.
I didn't
in the
quit.
last week.
I didn't quit.
And you allowed
right.
Carter to win.
No.
Now, let me say
No.
let me say one move Nathaniel made. You guys tell me if you think that this makes sense or he's quitting. In the last week, Nathaniel tells us like the weekend of his games that he mailed it in, basically.
I didn't mail it in.
All right.
I
Hold
was
on.
kidding.
Let me finish here, buddy. Mr. Mail it
Wow.
in. Mr.
He's
Put it
not
in
wrong.
the mail with an extra stamp on it.
Wow.
This guy picked up, he needed a tight end.
You need a tight end. There was a lot of good options on the table, too.
There were a lot of top 7. There were 2 top 7 tight ends from production on the year available. And who does Nathaniel pick up? Taysom fucking Hill. When I saw that hit my waiver wire, I was like,
Nah.
what is going on? It's like, what?
Sam
did
Laporta
he
was
need
up
to
for grabs.
Did he need to pick up Tyreek Hill? Yeah. No, it was Taysom
Well,
Hill.
no, Laporta was injured. Laporta's been injured.
Yeah, I
already.
had Laporte on
Uh,
my
Yeah, but
Dallas
it's a-
Goedert.
yeah, but I'm saying he was on there. He was
Yeah.
off. Dallas Goedert was on there.
but
I'm just
you
saying
wouldn't
the
have-
amount of, I know, but I'm saying the amount of guys that were just off that were on there. That's what I'm saying.
I had Laporta and Bowers both out for the season.
The best
did
part
Bauer-
was at one
yeah.
point you and Carter, I thought it was kind of tight, and Goddard had like 20 points.
But here's the thing. I lost by like 30 plus. So like it didn't really
Yeah,
matter.
but that's 20 points.
I know,
to
it was
get
bad.
back on
Dude,
one guy. Taysom Hill had how many points for you in your toilet bowl game in the 3rd place game?
I think
I can tell you. It was 0.
Yeah, it was zero. It was zero. He
0
sucked.
points.
Yeah. Here's the thing. My team, I had the 2nd most points in the semifinal. Cal just had the most. So, my team put up their great performances.
You're the best
then-
week of your life
Yep.
in the semifinal.
Yeah,
against
huge, like 220. It was
Yeah, but
awesome.
it wouldn't have been
214.
fair if it was you and
I
I.
had 241.
I would have beat the brakes out of you in the championship. Then it wouldn't
Well,
even been close.
it would have been sad. It would have been sad if I had been the
It did
championship
get-
and put up
yeah.
140. It would have been like, this sucks.
It was exciting at the end.
It was. Very
definitely,
close.
Like I
You
thought
should
I
have
was
won.
locked. I thought I was locked.
I
to
thought you
win.
had it for sure.
I thought I was locked. Gavin's team kept dwindling, going down, down, then
Dude.
somehow McCaffrey has the game of his life for you.
Dude, and
and
what bugged
I
me
had
more,
left. I had Kyle Pitts, and who I got screwed because Kittle got hurt.
Mhm.
And then what does he do the next week after our championship game? Comes back and has like 25
That's
fantasy
crazy.
points.
And you had
but-
the
and I had-
Lions players against the Vikings, and they put up 6 turnovers.
And
what drives me,
I had Puka. I still had Puka available.
Yep.
And in the Rams game against the Falcons, their
Matt
backup
Stafford.
right tackle took 15 points off the board from Puka simply because of 2 holding calls.
That's crazy.
And that cost me the championship.
What bugs me out of
Ouch.
that,
Right tackle's your favorite position.
I love right tackles.
McCaffrey had such a good game.
Just the poor man's left tackle.
Brian O'Neill, shout
Just
out.
be good. You know what I mean? Just get better.
What irks me though about that game is McCaffrey should have had more points. 2 rushing touchdowns from Purdy.
Come on.
Kyle's use check gets one. What are we doing? Come on.
Don't start with me, championship guy.
Should have
All
had
right?
more.
Sorry that I
Don't
wanted to
start
beat you
with me.
better.
Beat you better.
Feels
God, it would
bad.
have been so much better if I just had a normal week and had 200 points and just won.
Also true.
That'd have been fun. But regardless, Gavin did win our fantasy
The
league.
champ is
and
here.
He's been clamoring all year for this to stay a keeper league so he can keep his fucking
Oh,
team.
please let me keep my team.
Now, let me just say,
Please.
I would be fine with it a little bit, only because Jefferson's not going to have a bad year like that again. John T's probably going to get a lot better.
Bijan?
Bijan is going to stay top notch. Christian McCaffrey,
It's going to be fine.
you might only have another year or 2.
Yeah.
I ain't worried.
So
I'll win 2 or 3 championships, then walk like Tom Brady with my rings.
Yeah, it'd be tough in our league because even in like if you ended up having like a draft with that keeper system, like who are you gonna cut for a rookie? That's what I was.
You
telling
just have
Carter.
to
It's
have,
you can't do keeper league in that because there's so many guys on the waiver wire that are better than a rookie's going to be unless you have like a generational rookie talent. You know?
You'd have to do like 40 spots. Something crazy.
Something crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
So
I'd
it's over.
gladly do it to watch Carter look like a dumpster fire again.
in Carter's defense, it was very funny to see him get to the end and then his like best 3 weeks for the last 3 weeks of the season.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And then the week after we're done, not Lamar, Derrick Henry just puts up points.
Massive.
Oh,
massive game, Carter.
Yeah.
Poor Carter. All right. So that was really fun. Gavin just railed everybody. His team was
abusement
so
train
good, there was
just-
nothing you could do. I told you guys to in the beginning of the year. I mean, it really all it comes down to is if you can see points for and the consistency stays there without some massive drop off, you're in big trouble. It really doesn't
you
matter.
did say on week like 3 after I'd lost 2 in a row, you're like, don't be worried. You're going to be fine.
I told everybody when you were 1-4, I said, look out. Because Gavin's got the most points for. He's just gotten unlucky. It's going to be bad.
It usually evens out.
It usually
by the
evens
end.
out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you were 1-4 though.
I was at
That
one
is
point
not-
1-4.
1-4, and you ended the year what?
10-5.
10-5.
10-5, yes. Because I lost to Carter in
You
like
went
the last week.
9-1 in the last 10 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Reckless.
He's like the Seahawks.
And they
right
weren't
now.
close. There were not many close games.
Yep. All right, let's do this. Myles Garrett.
Champion.
Myles Garrett breaks a sack record, and there's a couple of little things to talk about with this.
Dude, this bugs me. Strahan talking about this being like soft.
Did he?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
No.
Strahan's like, I got a hard time comparing, Myles Garrett's record was 17 games to guys with records with 12, or even like myself, it was just more earned. And I was like, Strahan,
16?
Strahan, you literally had a guy lay down and tapped him for your last sack. Shut up. Like, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
How many times did Joe Burrow have to run for his life before, like,
That's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to bring up. Burrow ran from Myles Garrett like it was his dying wish to not be sacked by Myles Garrett in that game. And at the end, the reality is in that scenario, if you are Joe Burrow, you have two options. Either you're going to just take that sack like a quarterback who's been around for a fucking minute and knows you don't want to get ragdolled by Myles Garrett, because once he's got the back of your jersey, if you try to run away, you are not running away. You are getting thrown the other direction. That guy is literally Shrek. He's the size of Shrek. He's humongous. I mean, I know that you've commented before, Gavin, but you see that guy
built like
after
he's
games.
chiseled out of granite.
When he takes his shoulder pads off, it looks like he's wearing shoulder pads.
Yeah.
I mean, that
He's
guy's a
huge.
freak. Like, yeah. So I don't think it was a soft sack. I think it was just he got there. He was going to sack Burrow, and Burrow tried to step up into the pocket. There was nowhere for him to go, and that's what happens.
It's a well-earned sack, if you ask me. It's a
I'm
great
good
season
with it.
put up by
And
him.
on top of that, if we're going to come back to let's talk about this, because Michael Strahan saying that it was not earned, whatever, it was in one more game. I have a statistic for everybody. This is the amount of snaps that it took for everybody to get their sack records. Strahan did it in 567 snaps. TJ Watt tied his record. It took him 616 snaps. Myles Garrett beat their record in 437 snaps.
Way less.
It's
Hundreds
not,
less.
then I don't want to hear one thing about one more game.
130 less snaps than Strahan. And I don't want to do the math, but
Just
a
call
lot
it
more
180.
yeah, something like that. Then Watt.
It's not close.
That's like
So-
basically 3 less games worth.
Basically.
Yeah, actually, yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you look at it from that perspective, you can miss me with it was an extra game. And that does play into some records for sure. Because when you look at the snap counts, you look at the extra game, whatever, like it can affect some of the records that we do have in the NFL. This is just not one of them.
Could you imagine if
And-
Myles Garrett had 600 snaps, though?
You'd have had 30 sacks.
Probably.
Just blows the record out of the water.
Blows it out. So
He doesn't look like he's aging. I'll say that right now. I thought he had missed a step last year. I'm wrong. That man didn't miss nothing.
Is he really the only thing Cleveland has going right now?
Yeah, I believe
Maybe Shador?
I'm out on that a little bit right now. I only watched one game of Shador. Hold on. I watched one game. He looked good in that one game. But when you looked at the numbers did not look good. But I did not watch the rest of the game, so I cannot give an eye test to that.
yeah,
But the QBR, it's the worst Browns start ever. with 5 games.
God, that's got to
With
be
his
saying something
QBR.
too, because the Browns QB history of the last 20
Brandon
years.
Weaver. I mean, there's
Brandon
some,
Whedon.
Sorry, there's some names on
Yep.
that list.
Yep.
10,
Yeah.
I think 10 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
Yeah.
It's not.
It wasn't like Shedeur had a great year. The hardest part is just like you're in a situation like I would rather have the Browns quarterback situation right now than the Vikings quarterback situation.
Not gonna lie, I can't maybe argue that at the moment.
You can't argue that.
No.
There's no way. We have way more of a difficult conundrum on our hands with JJ McCarthy
Because we don't
than
know
the
what to
Browns
do.
with Shedeur Sanders.
We don't know what to do.
Yeah, we don't know what to do. The Browns have options on the table. This guy was a 5th round draft pick.
Yeah, they're
Like
fine.
it's not like you owe this guy a ton of money. You don't have to keep worrying about whether or not he's going to go out there. If you get into a good spot where you can draft a good quarterback, you can draft a good quarterback. If you get into a spot where you just get to next year and you need Shedeur to start, then you give him a full runway with a coach that believes in him and a wristband that's actually the right one, and you see what he can do.
Dude, some of those missteps are crazy. Like, was Stefanski trying to get canned?
I don't
Yes.
know. I don't know.
was he
It's still even makes
self-sabotaging?
sense.
I want so bad there to be like someday like a Cleveland Browns tell-all by Kevin Stefanski. Like what occurred in his time there.
Like, when he was the star student there for a little while. It was like, look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Coach of the year.
When he had Baker.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then it all went downhill from there.
It's crazy. So, yeah. So, obviously, unless you've been living under a rock, Stefanski is officially no longer the Cleveland Browns coach.
Yeah, and we can wait and go through some of these NFL head coaches that have been fired and whatever.
Harbaugh. Oh,
Yeah.
don't hurt.
We'll go through it. We'll talk about those in a minute here. But that said, I don't know what the Browns do. I think Shedeur, you gotta. I mean, if I'm the Browns right now, you probably roll Shedeur back out there next year and see what he can do.
I think you fire your GM and then you roll Shedeur.
They're not going to fire their GM.
They have to.
They have to, but
It's
they won't.
wild.
They have to.
How?
We all agree they have to.
Andrew
Right?
Barry. Oh my! I don't know.
9 seasons,
Been there
right?
since 2020.
Could you imagine if he
Oh.
was our GM?
No.
It'd be way worse.
I mean, it's
So
not looking
it could
good.
be worse. At least we have a good head coach and a good GM. Can you imagine if the Vikes had a bad GM and a bad head coach?
Yeah, I do. I can remember it.
You can remember.
I remember it.
You remember? 10
You guys-
years ago is not that long.
You guys don't remember that?
Yeah, I do remember. I was trying to avoid
Remember
it.
Mike Zimmer in his last year?
Hey, I liked Zim.
I hated Zim.
I love
The
Zim.
guy was a clown.
It's a good dude.
Yeah, at the end, it wasn't great.
No, Mike Zimmer was a
Brad
clown.
Childress not a lot better.
Childress was worse.
Childress definitely worse.
You guys remember
Definitely.
Mike Tice?
Oh, very bad.
Oh.
You guys remember Mike Tice?
Let's talk
When he
about
got in
some,
trouble for scalping his tickets.
let's talk about
Crazy.
some
How
trauma.
crazy is
Yeah,
that?
let's talk about some
Crazy.
trauma. We're about
How
to unpack at therapy.
Crazy is an NFL head coach scalping tickets.
What are you doing, dude? Come
What?
on.
He needs the money, man.
No.
What?
Insane move.
That's the craziest shit I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad. That was some bad years. Okay, so we've kind of talked about it a little bit. Vikings offseason woes. Okay. We're in a tough spot.
I think
We're
my
in a
take
tough
from a
spot.
couple weeks ago hitting pretty good right now, ain't it?
I still don't think you trade Jefferson.
Trade the
That's not
house.
where I'm at right now, but JJ McCarthy taking himself out of a game
He's
1
gotta-
second after throwing a ball that looked pretty decent
He's got to go.
and then
100%.
putting a towel over his hand.
He's got to go.
Did you see that, Nathaniel?
I didn't. It's really
He
weak.
I'm
came
down, dude.
off the sidelines and put a towel over his injured hand like it was the Black Plague and then had a towel on his hand for the game.
Here's the thing, man. He's played 8 games in 2 years. It's not looking great. Because like even if you're saying, hey, he's showing some like positive signs, right?
What's
It's
the
like
best ability for a young guy?
availability.
Right.
You have to be able to actually get through a season remotely healthy, and this guy clearly can't. How many injuries did he have just this year alone?
3.
I don't know when he took himself out.
Hand,
You
not
took yourself
great.
out in the
It's
last
not
game,
great,
man.
Like
hand, the foot
Hand.
ankle thing.
and the ankle.
Then wasn't there a knee?
I don't even know at this
Get
point.
Joe Burrow back in purple and gold.
I mean, he had the knee last year, obviously.
Yeah, but I thought he had some of the knee this year too for a game. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. 4 first rounders for Burrow is not looking like a bad idea right now.
I mean, Honestly, man,
Not that bad, no.
We've traded first rounders for worse players.
if we could get
Rudy Gobert.
if we could get him in the building, oh my goodness.
But does he leave Chase though?
The problem is this, right?
He
And
leaves the Bengals
This is
org.
what somebody kind of brought up to me. The issue is this. Right now, just with the roster we have, the Vikings were completely salary cap maxed this year. So if you bring in a quarterback who is going to be making $55 million a year,
Yeah.
what does that leave you
Nothing.
when you really need a lot more pieces than just a quarterback right
So
now?
our O-line is...
The O-line's in trouble.
So hold on.
Fries and Kelly and
So I gotta-
Donovan Jackson and Brian O'Neill. That's 4 of our 5 starters that you got to consider what they're doing.
Fries, I don't mind keeping. But did you see the stat that Kelly has had now in the last 2 seasons? 6 concussions confirmed and 8 in the last 4.
It's really bad.
Plus
It's not good.
plus a knee. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Got it.
What are we doing? You can't be what, 34? Am I wrong? 34, 35?
I don't know if
I thought he was
30 I don't think
33.
he's that old, but yeah, maybe I'll look it up. Keep
We'll
going.
just say 33 for the number for sake of argument. 8 concussions in 4 seasons and a knee.
Yeah, bad.
Buddy, I'm worried about your health. Like, what are we doing here,
Yeah.
man? I don't want you to be that guy that's too banged up to like be normal.
He's only 32.
32. Even so.
Yeah.
Gotta
know what I mean?
let that
3
thing go.
confirmed concussions in a year, and you didn't look good when you were healthy. Dude, I don't know. I'm out.
I do.
Fries, I'm down to roll the dice on because he's younger, but like Brian O'Neill's got to go. It's got to go.
Gotta go.
Dude,
If
PFF,
we know we're going to keep him, but he's got to go.
PFF grade is through the charts though on him.
He's number 2.
He's gonna retire Viking. He's never gonna leave. And
Yeah.
that's just,
Kinda ale.
that's just the way it is.
Okay, but speaking of contracts though, right? Like as we're on this note about like how you're going to have to get other pieces, is there a world where you can like look at the Bengals right now? They're paying $115 million to Burrow, Chase, and Higgins.
120 or 125 actually.
And how much is the full salary of the entire roster?
273.
So almost half to 3 guys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can you actually build a competitive team?
No.
I think that's the problem. I don't think you can pay both receivers and your quarterback, which is probably why.
Did you say this on the pod or off the pod that the way to do it is you either need to get really lucky on defense and have young defensive players on rookie contracts or catch a quarterback on a rookie contract to win a Super Bowl in today's age?
Yeah, I'd said that. I don't know if that's like.
Did you say it on the pod or was that you
I
and I
think
in
we
the
were just
living room?
talking in the living room.
You got to
or
have a
something, but
defensive coordinator work
Look,
some magic if you got a big quarterback contract.
Or you got to go the route of like the Chiefs. Like, let me just throw this out there. Here's a different idea. If I'm looking to build a team right now, I'm looking to buy myself a very good tight end because a really good tight end commands close to what, 20 million?
I think
a
Kittle-
good wide receiver 2 needs 25 million.
I think Kittle and Kelsey are the top 2 paid tight ends, and I think they're between 15 and 18, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Kelsey, I think, was like 17.9 this year, and
Yeah.
I think Kittle's on like
I
an
think he's
18 or 19. Yeah, maybe it's not even.
15-8. That stands out for me for some reason.
But that's my point.
And Kittle's putting
like,
up wide receiver 1
if
numbers.
you have wide receiver 1 locked down, Jefferson, you pay that guy 35-40 million a year. That's
You pay
just what it is now.
Hawkinson 15.
And that's what
Cowl
we're
stroke
doing.
out.
That's what we're basically
Cowl
doing. I don't know what
stroke out.
Hawkinson makes this year, but it's up there.
No, can't
Would
be
you,
that next.
would you pay a Trey McBride $15 million to come
Yes. I'd pay Trey McBride $18 million. 19 probably.
here? To come here.
Is
to
he a
come
free
here.
agent?
No.
We wish.
Absolutely not.
We
Oh my
fucking
God.
wish.
Absolutely
It's the
fucking
only
not.
good
He's
thing
not,
going on
but-
in Arizona.
But
But Brissett looked pretty
that's
good.
what I'm
low-key.
telling you, though. Like, you go and you get a guy like Trey McBride, you're only paying a top 2 or 3 producing tight end in the league $18 million a year. A good wide receiver 2, as we've seen over the last couple of years, is commanding $25 million.
So your dollar is stretching way farther.
Way
with the
farther
tight
for a
end.
guy that can produce just as much and maybe even do more for your team.
Yeah. I like
you know?
it.
So like that to me, that's like one of those things where it's like maybe we're just not looking at that aspect of it. Second thing you do, stop paying big money to fucking running backs. I'm sorry. Stop paying big money to running backs. Stop doing it right
But
now.
what's big money?
big money is like $12 to $14 million a year for a running back.
But like I got a way bigger problem with you paying defensive tackles that don't produce than you paying a running back that does.
But look at what running backs offer a team right now in the NFL. There are only probably 5 guys that deserve to be making more than $12 million a year as a running back. That's just a fact.
I don't know.
Look at the production that they offer. Look at the production that they offer. Gibbs,
Taylor,
Bijan,
Christian McCaffrey,
and Saquon. And that is my list.
I would pay James Cook $11 million. He was more producing than 3 of the guys we just put on that list.
Let me ask you this. If you put James Cook on...
We can't move him teams.
Yeah, you can.
But we can't.
Yes, the fuck
because,
you can.
Because the Bills are in the point where they have to have that conversation, though.
The Bills are at the point where they have nobody else to do anything on offense besides Josh Allen and James Cook. That is part of the reason I have a hard time thinking that James Cook is worth that much money. I think that right now, if you took...
I think if you put him on the Lions, he would produce just as well, if not better, than what he is currently.
No.
I think so.
No.
I think part of why Cook is also good is because
he's slower than Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah.
He's weaker than Jahmyr Gibbs.
I don't know if he's weaker. I'd say he runs downhill way better.
He's way weaker than Jahmyr Gibbs.
I don't agree with that at all. I think that's a bad take, personally.
Okay.
And I'm not even a big Cook fan.
Yeah, you are. He was on your team this year.
I only drafted him because I wanted to double dip. I wanted to double dip points.
James Cook was a home run for you this year, and the reason is because you have a good quarterback on a team that is going to win football games, and the only person that can do anything on offense besides Josh Allen is James Cook.
I got a hard time when Josh is throwing 3 to 4 touchdowns a game.
But he's not.
But he was.
Go look at his stats.
I did look at the math.
He's how many do you think he had this year?
Josh Allen?
Yeah.
I'm going to say 33 touchdowns.
So 2 a game.
I would say more than that. Probably 38. Because there were a lot of games with more than 2.
You're going to be upset.
Oh, how many?
25.
Really?
25.
I was off.
Josh Allen has 25 passing touchdowns.
The way I look at that is it's hard for me to buy into what you're saying when I would say the Bills' O-line is average to below average, and the Lions' O-line is better than average.
The Lions' O-line was not better than average this year.
A lot of the time it was.
Once they lost Ragnow, they've had trouble this year. They've had guys injured.
So when did they lose him? Week 9?
They haven't a Ragnow the whole year.
Is it the whole year?
Remember he tried to come back?
Oh, you're right. He got cut.
Yeah, they told me he didn't.
Yeah,
he
couldn't pass physical. You're right.
Ragnow retired after last year.
I don't know. I think that's not where my argument would be. My argument would be we paid how much to 2 defensive linemen that didn't produce.
No, that's a problem.
And that's most teams, though, are paying defensive players that are not producing. I think the key to the Eagles, like last year with the Super Bowl win, was it last year, 2 years ago? My mouth. Last year. What are you paying Cooper DeJean?
Not that much money.
Who's probably a top 12? Statistically, top 13 corner? Last year? This year, not as good, but last year, I would say up there.
I don't know. I can look it up.
Had an interception in the Super Bowl, multiple big plays in it. Blankenship doesn't make big money. Like you gotta hit somewhere. You brought it up. We paid 2 defensive linemen 1/10 of what we paid the other 2. Who produced more?
Yeah, so the last year, the Eagles' defensive line. Mm-hmm. This is actually a really good take from you, Gavin.
Thank you.
Their key defensive end, Josh Sweat, highest paid guy on their defensive line, making $9 million. Jalen Carter, 4.9, Jordan Davis, 4.6, Byron Young, $1 million, and Thomas Booker, $1 million, Milton Williams, 1.6.
God, they
so what did we pay? What did we pay 2 players?
They had a grand total of about $20 million into their whole defensive line last year.
Not even.
It was 20.
Was that
20? Nine plus.
Oh, 9.
9 plus 4 plus 4 is, you're right around like
18.
17, 18, 19. Yeah,
so call
20,
it 18.
Right around 20, yeah.
What did we pay this year for 2 players? I know you brought this up. I don't remember.
Well, we're paying Grenard, what is it, like 18 or 19 million a year?
So we paid...
I don't know who the fuck I was talking to, and they were like, and I think I told them, like, you have to dump Grenard, and they're like, no, Grenard, he's been so good, and I'm like, you're not watching the game. You're not watching the game. The guy has 2 sacks this year. He's trash.
I got no
He's been
problem. I got
terrible.
no problem playing Myles Garrett big money. I got a problem paying you $18 million and you're not going to produce.
That's right.
When the rookie undrafted it coming out is putting up better numbers than you, and in my opinion, passing the eye test without question, what are we doing?
There's a wise man who has told me before, if it's expensive and it works, it's cheap. And if it's cheap and it doesn't work, then it's expensive. And if you think about that statement,
Not wrong.
that is fucking true in some ways. Okay? And we have a problem right now because Jonathan Grenard, as far as you look at it across the league compared to what other defensive ends are making, is cheap.
Nick Bosa.
But he doesn't work. So he's really expensive. So it doesn't matter that you got to bargain on him. He's not good. He's not playing well.
If you were putting up
If he was
18
putting up
sacks,
if he was
15
putting up
sacks,
14, 13, 12, 14, 13, like if it was like consistently
Even
he's in
10,
the teens.
even 10 would be
10,
like, okay.
if I paid my top 2
Yeah.
defensive linemen $18 million a piece and they put up 11 sacks, 10 sacks a piece, I'm not bitching. When you have, was it 3.5 sacks total between the 2 of them?
Well, think about what Cal just said. 18 million for that or 18 million for like Kittle.
Oh, fuck, sign me up. I'll
I
take
mean,
Kittle
like
all
your
day.
dollar, you're trying
Trey
to balance a salary cap, right?
McBride or Grenard.
Yeah, I mean,
Who
that's
does our
insane.
team need more?
Obviously.
Yeah,
Trey
it's crazy.
McBride.
It's crazy.
So
10 out of 10.
let's go through this then. Hawkinson next year,
Gone.
gone. Addison,
Trade.
traded. 100%. Javon Hargrave,
Go.
gone. Jonathan
agree?
Grenard,
I'm
gone.
good with all of these.
gone.
Gone.
Byron Murphy,
Gone.
gone.
Brian O'Neill.
Gone.
Big. That's a $20 million cap hit. If we
Ryan
looked it up.
Kelly,
Gone.
gone.
For his own.
Donovan Jackson.
Byron Murphy, are we sure?
I think we can actually hide Donovan Jackson. Like, we
I'm
just
fine keeping
we just
Donovan
actually
Jackson.
keep
Are we
him
sure
there.
about
He's fine.
Murphy?
Yeah.
You think
Two
he's
of
that
us
bad?
are.
You think
Yeah,
he's
no,
that
I'm
bad?
sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
Where does he rank?
In PPF? Or PFF?
Well,
yeah,
I
that
don't
doesn't
know.
count.
It-
Give
it
him
doesn't count.
give him
Talking and
up
I'll
40
look it up.
spots.
That doesn't
you know?
count because Brian
Yeah.
O'Neill's too.
Yeah, I mean, what is that? Yeah.
I loved how he looked it up on the pod. Then they played Sunday night.
Yeah.
And the first 4 plays, he's like 5 steps back. You texted the group chat. You're like, that number 2 ranking's not looking good.
No, yeah, it's crazy.
It cooks like spoiled milk.
It does. And like, it's so hard to watch because it's like, how can
someone look at that and tell me that's the second best right
Yeah, I don't
tackle in the
get it.
league? How?
I don't get it.
There's no way Lane Johnson's the only guy better than you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no chance.
All right, you need a subscription to actually see his
No.
PFF ranking, I believe, but he had 2 interceptions this year. And yeah, I mean, he's 14th in solo tackles, 19th in assists, assisted tackles, 19th in interceptions. I don't know.
No.
Essentially, the summary of what I'm getting from like AI, essentially Google AI, whatever, what they're sourcing on the internet, he is barely ranked above average
I'm out.
consistently.
Gone.
Gone.
It's
To me-
it's
to
a lot
me-
of turnover.
Gone.
I dump half
I'm
the
not
team.
saying that like Murphy's my top target. Like you got to get that guy out of there. If we like dump some of these other guys and like Murphy stuck around, fine.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like. That's not the end
But
of the world.
Grenard.
He's not like out there like sticking out like a sore thumb. Like Byron Murphy doesn't. I don't watch him and be like that guy sucks.
Brian O'Neill.
But
Brian
like
O'Neill.
I don't care what PFF ranks Brian O'Neill. I don't care. Watch a Vikings game. Watch Brian O'Neill. Watch a Vikings game. Watch Brian O'Neill. Okay? I know I rag on this guy, and I'm sure, like I said 100 times, he's probably a really nice guy. I'm sorry, dude. Brian O'Neill, you are not worth $20 million a year.
20 million.
You're just not worth that much.
20 million.
You're just not worth that much.
Hold
money.
on.
If you want
Hold
to
on.
stay Brian O'Neill, then we'll pay you 8.
Hey, Brian
What do you
O'Neill. Brian O'Neill.
Want to take a huge pay cut because you suck now? Great.
Brian O'Neill for $20 million or George Kittle for 20. They block the same.
Actually, I think George Kittle
Kittle's
might be
probably better. Kittle's probably better blocker, to be honest.
Dude, Brian O'Neill, he doesn't give up sacks because they can see the sack coming. Watch him play. Watch him play. Watch him play. What do we do? What do we do? We watch Brian O'Neill get run over
Yeah, it's tough.
every play.
Dude,
The guy's on his ass.
The one day, I think
Like
it was
30% of the plays, he's sitting down at the end of the play.
It was the second play of the game. He texts the group chat. He goes, if I have to watch Brian O'Neill on his ass anymore tonight, I'm going to quit. And I was like, we're in like the second play.
It doesn't matter. 2 plays in, he's been on his ass 2 times in a row.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. He's not that
the
mean in
game
him.
where JJ McCarthy got lit the fuck up by Brian Burns, one of the best defensive ends in the league.
Brian Burns came
if I'm a right
untouched.
tackle, hey dude, want to know what the first thing I'm worried about is? If I'm a right tackle, you idiot. One of the best defensive ends in the game. Give a fuck about your defensive tackle?
I'm not letting Burns come
This guy
untouched.
is lined up. It's not even like some stunt move that you don't see coming. He's standing there.
This is awesome. This is a generational rant from Cal.
He's standing there. He's standing there. And what are we doing? We're not in hurry up. We're not in some mind perplexing situation for Brian O'Neill. We're standing there. The clock is running. We're running fucking protection calls for 5 seconds. And what do we do? We snap the ball. Brian Burns runs untouched to our quarterback. What's Brian O'Neill doing? What's Brian O'Neill doing? He's
Watch.
double teaming a defensive tackle. Get the fuck out.
The double team
You
of the DT is
dunce.
awesome.
You fucking idiot. Are you daft?
Our young quarterback
What
that's
is
already
happening?
he's already had injury issues,
You
and you
clown.
got
let Burns
drilled.
come untouched and drilled.
Just nothing about our NFL season as a Vikings fan this year pissed me off more than watching that play. Nothing. You are the lowest of the low. If you don't know, as a right tackle, the most important job you have, you idiot, is to block the defensive end. What is happening?
I don't know how did that happen. I don't get it.
Dude, so let me ask you this. As a coach,
If I'm JJ McCarthy,
I'm yelling.
I am fucking lighting you up on the field, you piece of shit. Hey, you're the right tackle, dude. So guess what your only job is out here? You don't have to call any protection. You don't have to figure out who the Mike linebacker is. You don't have to audible out of plays. Your only job,
Just to make sure I don't get
Block
locked.
that guy.
only job is to block the defensive end. So what did you do? You're a veteran. You've been around forever. Captain, really good. PFF rank, really good. Where's that rank in PFF?
Well, on that play, he was awesome.
He stopped that D tackle, he didn't go anywhere.
Kids a JJ.
That D
Yeah,
tackle didn't
him
go
and Will
anywhere.
Fries were sucking each other off, blocking the defensive tackle. We got Brian Burns running like a freight train right at our rookie quarterback who's already built of glass.
Oh my god!
That was the lowest moment of me for the season. I literally walked away from the TV. I
will
couldn't
admit,
watch it anymore.
The day that we have a good old line, I'm gonna miss these crash outs.
Yeah,
I'm gonna miss
good.
the text crash outs from Cal.
And then I
What
gotta
is he
watch him.
doing?
Then I gotta watch him come off the field, and Grenard hobbles out there. Grenard fucking can't get around the worst left tackle in the league to save his life. Guy looks like he forgot that when the ball snapped, it's time to run.
So let me ask you this: if you're the coach and O'Neill does that, what do you say on the sideline? Like, what's your immediate reaction?
Hand him the tablet and say, "What were you doing?"
No. Hand him the tablet.
Look at this. What was that?
You can't watch tape to fix that. There's no tape to watch. You come off the field and he says, "Hey, coach, I better look." I take the tablet. If you come off the field, I don't say anything to you. I see you sit down and you take the tablet. I come over, I take the tablet away.
This is incredible.
I take the tablet from you and I say, oh no, dude, you don't have to watch tape.
Go hit the
Clearly, you don't know how to do your job. And if you're a veteran right tackle in the league and you don't know that you're supposed to block the defensive end, you twat, you don't have to watch tape anymore, dude, because you forgot that you were supposed to watch tape all week on one of the best defensive ends in the league. Your only focus, Brian O'Neill, is on the guy that is better than you, across from you, the whole game. If you are an idiot, you come down and you watch tape. You want to watch that? You want to watch you be awful? This is what I would say to him. This is what I would say. You want to watch you be one of the worst right tackles in the history of the Minnesota Vikings? You don't want to watch that, dude. If you watch that and you don't have nightmares, then you need mental help.
Yeah,
That's what I would say. I'd say no tablet. You don't get a tablet, you piece of shit. Here's your only job. You don't have to have a tablet because the only thing you have to know how to do is block the defensive end, you idiot. What are you going to watch? What are you going to watch? What are you going to watch on this play?
I think you needed this. I think you needed this.
I actually did, man. I feel better. That's what I would say, though. I'd say, hey, what do you say if you're the coach? I say nothing. I say, you sit the fuck down. Get some towels and hand them out to the guys that are doing their job. How about that? Why don't you get a water bottle, dude? Because you'd serve us a better purpose of passing out water right now than you are in the field.
So
that's what
hold
you
on.
do.
We're going to move on to one other topic here. We have to take a moment of silence for us losing our wonderful safety in the backfield. Sad
Yes.
to see him go and us not bring a ring home
Vikings
for him.
farewell, Harrison Smith and CJ Ham, it sounds like.
The end of an era of hard-hitting safeties, I think. I think this will be the last time we see a guy like that.
Probably, man.
Yeah.
Harry the Hit. There's no more nicknames like that.
Right, Harry the Hitman.
Harry the Hitman.
Yep.
And don't get me wrong, there's a couple hits that are a little borderline.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it.
Yeah.
As a kid who played safety, live vicariously through him.
I've heard an awesome rumor, though, that the Vikings have told Harrison Smith that he can retire, and then if they're in playoff contention, that they would sign him for like a 5-game contract to come back at the end of the year next year.
Love that.
I would love that.
Yeah, love
Be
that.
sick. All right, before we wrap this up, let's go through some head coach firings. And let's go through some head coach openings then and figure out what we think is the best job versus the worst job. I'm just going to read off all the coaches that have been fired this year. John Harbaugh,
Sad.
shocking one. 18 seasons with the Baltimore Ravens, gone, out the door. That one to me feels like that was a choice between Lamar and Harbaugh. I mentioned that earlier this year already. A couple weeks ago, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe. And they chose Lamar, which I got to tell you the truth, I would have done the same thing. Hate to say that. I think Harbaugh is a great coach. I do think that there's a little bit of, and it's sort of the Mike Tomlin situation in Pittsburgh,
He's
where
sliding by
like,
again,
you
though.
don't have a bad coach, but there comes a time, I think, where teams have to say, it's not that you're a bad coach. It's just we've been doing the same thing for so long. It just might be time to find a fresh set of eyes. Like, I think that the team has to maybe go in a different direction.
Do you think Mike Tomlin gets canned at the end of the year?
No, I don't think Mike Tomlin will, because I think they've been way too committed to him, and now they're having they're going to the playoffs. I think if Harbaugh had taken the Ravens to the playoffs, I don't think they would have fired him either. I just think this was a very convenient time to say, hey, thank you for everything you've done. You're a great head coach. You're going to get another job in like 2 days. So
many teams could use him.
yeah, every single team in the NFL with an opening called about Harbaugh. That's what his agent said. Every single team with an opening called within 24 hours, by the way.
I think there was +1 though.
Yeah, another team that has a
Like
coach.
has a coach.
What?
Right.
Called.
Yeah,
I
there's-
did not see that.
Yeah, because there's 6 openings right now. I think 1, 2,
Who
3,
called it
4,
as a
5,
coach?
6, 7 openings, and
Yeah.
I had read that 8 teams called.
Who?
Isn't that awesome?
8
Who do you
teams
think
called.
called?
Probably the Dolphins or maybe the Commanders.
I
the
could see
Commanders.
that. I could see that.
Hot take. We talked about the Bills not loving McDermott at the beginning of the year.
If the Bills move on from McDermott right now, I think
Harbaugh
that
would be-
I think they're dumb. Nah, you can't bring Harbaugh in there.
Why not?
No, because the Bills need an offensive head coach if they're going to move on from McDermott.
That's fair.
Because the offense has been fucking terrible.
The last fucking
for the
4
Bills.
weeks been bad.
So, okay, Jonathan Harbaugh from the Ravens, Jonathan Gannon from the Cardinals,
Not shocked.
Pete Carroll. Like, did he even coach there? I don't know.
Hey.
It didn't look like he tried.
Collecting a paycheck, man. Collecting
No.
a paycheck.
I don't care.
Come on.
He's 74 years old and he mailed it in, and they had a 3-14.
He got paid millions to just chew gum on the sidelines, man. He just
Legitimately,
chomped that
I'm sure
gum.
he worked hard, but not as hard as he used to, and it's time for him to go. Kevin Stefanski, Cleveland Browns, deserved it. Raheem Morris from the Falcons, I was shocked about that one.
Really?
Yeah.
I wasn't.
I was shocked about that one because, I mean, they ended the season 8-9. Like, it's
And
not
I
like
think-
they were
I
a
think-
complete disaster. I think what doomed Raheem Morris is when they brought Kirk in. I don't know if you guys read this story, but Arthur Blank, the owner of the Falcons, was not made aware that they were drafting Penix.
Yes.
Did you know
I
that?
did read that.
That's tough.
That's crazy work.
Mhm.
And then for them to bring Cousins in, sit him on the bench,
Pay him
start Penix,
big money.
start the season. So they ended 8-9. They were 3-8 when Penix went out. And in 6 games that Kirk Cousins started, they were 5-1.
Tough. Tough look for
That's
him.
a pretty weak schedule.
I don't know if you guys read this, but if the Atlanta Falcons had beat the Jets, they would have won their division.
To be hosting a playoff game.
Correct.
Yep.
Oh, God.
They would be hosting a playoff game.
Jets.
I just don't.
The worst defense almost ever.
No interceptions.
Jets.
Crazy.
0 picks.
Crazy work.
Yeah. So that's pretty bad. Brian Daboll, New York Giants. Daboll was not the problem there. I hate to say that for Giants
Agreed.
fans. Joe Shen, your GM,
Who they're bringing
Is
back.
they're bringing back.
They're bringing him back.
is your problem.
Ass.
So I don't think that's a very desirable coaching job. However, I've already heard that Harbaugh is the leader for that job.
No way.
Which the
Don't
only
punish
thing,
yourself
the
like
only
that.
thing I'll say about that is, Brian Daboll's an offensive coach, and if you go to Harbaugh, what does that change for you? I don't know. I mean, you bring in a defensive coach, been around a long time. Maybe you kind of fix your culture a little bit there. I don't know, but
Playing in coaching.
I wouldn't want to coach there.
Coaching and playing in New York is just harder
Yeah.
because the fans and the media eat you alive.
Right.
And you're going to walk into that dumpster fire of an org with a dumpster fire of a team. No.
Brian Callahan, Tennessee Titans coach, fired midseason, obviously. I don't know if you guys remember that one.
Yeah.
But okay, so
He was
of
set up to
the openings currently, Tennessee Titans, New York Giants, Atlanta Falcons, Cleveland Browns, Las Vegas Raiders, Arizona Cardinals, Baltimore Ravens. Which are the best jobs that are currently open in your opinion? I think we can go ahead and take the Raiders and the Browns off the table.
Titans
Because
too.
the Raiders feel like they're I'm actually gonna
Bro.
say the opposite.
Here's why I think it's bad. I saw a statistic that was like the last 4 years, the Titans have either fired their GM or their coach.
Dude, I'd rather almost coach at the Raiders. You've got a killer D end. You've got a great possible running back. You've got a generational talent tight end. You're missing a few pieces, but like
What did you just say, bro? About the Raiders? What'd you just say?
what?
No, go back.
He said great tight end, great defensive end, and a really good running back.
A
at the
potential
Raiders.
really good
I
running
thought you
back.
said quarterback. My
No.
bad.
No, running back,
It's like,
running back.
whoa,
No,
bro.
who's
Geno
throwing the ball? A
Smith.
bag of Skittles?
The problem for the
Don't do
Raiders,
Gino
though,
that dirty.
But you're missing a couple pieces.
that's rude, but
What?
a bag of Skittles.
It's true. Fucking
No,
6
it's not
quarterbacks
true.
this year. Jesus
It's not
Christ.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dude, the Titans are.
maybe.
I
Yeah,
don't
maybe
know.
right.
The
I don't
Titans-
think the Titans would be that bad of a job.
Here's the problem. I think the Titans as an org, from a stability perspective, have really struggled.
They charge
Like,
their players for fucking Pepsi. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, I don't know. The Titans, I don't think I would want to go there.
If you're in the NFL and you're drinking a lot of Pepsi mid-season, I just want to throw this out there. You might have bigger problems than paying
If
for the
I have
Pepsi.
to pay for the
is a
soda
problem.
machine or whatever it is, or bottled water, come
Homie,
on.
my brother in Christ, if I'm paying you $20 million a year and I catch you slurping down Pepsis mid-season, we're having a conversation.
Yeah, what are we doing?
The Vikes, it's free soda for everybody all the time.
Yeah, like I said, I don't care if it's free. If you're getting paid millions of dollars playing the NFL and I'm catching you drinking fucking Pepsis,
Yeah,
on a
it's like
Tuesday,
free
That's
for
tough
your
for me.
kids when they join you at
That's
like
tough
the
for me when
facility.
Marshawn Lynch talks about being drunk for half the games. And
which, by the way, I don't want to make a big tangent of this, but did you see that Calvin Johnson went on the St. Brown podcast or whatever, and said that he smoked weed his entire NFL career? In fact, towards the end of his NFL career, he smoked weed before games.
I did not see that, but
That's probably honestly what helped him get through the last few seasons.
That's what he said. He said he was so injured,
Like banged up
and
so
they
bad.
kept offering him opiates. And he didn't want to take any
Good for him.
opiate painkillers, and so he just
God, he
smoked
should have
weed.
just requested a trade to the fucking New
So
England.
Ravens' job, is that a good job?
Yeah.
I think
Probably,
so.
right?
I think
Yeah.
so. I think you're missing a few pieces.
Say
on
bye-bye to Flores, by the way.
You think?
Yeah, that's his job.
You think so? You think he leaves?
That's the perfect fit.
Man,
I don't think he leaves.
No, it's the
they would
perfect
be
fit.
so good with
It's
him.
the perfect fit, bro.
but I don't think he leaves.
They've got Kyle Hamilton. It's a fucking dream.
Man, he would
I don't
make
think he
that
leaves.
defense so good.
It's a
I don't think he
dream.
leaves.
Lamar would need to
He's
put
leaving.
He's not leaving.
Lamar.
If he's not leaving, it is only because his lawsuit with the NFL is not completed. That's the only reason. Because
think
right
there's
now they are talking about Brian Flores like he is the number one head coaching candidate
He's not.
on ESPN.
No.
He might be. He's top 3.
Harbaugh's the number one coaching.
Harbaugh is the number one, and I think
not
if
even
you're
close.
smart after that, you've got to think Flores is too. What he's done in Minnesota is remarkable.
Mhm.
Is remarkable. I mean,
But
this
some guys
guy-
are not meant to lead the dance.
No, Flores is meant to lead the dance.
I don't think so.
He got a raw deal in Miami
He
for
literally
sure.
got canned in Miami because he refused to tank. at
and
the
they
end
still
of the
got
year.
and they still got Tua.
And on top of that, he's got a lawsuit that, if you look into it, it's pretty reasonably solid that there was some racism going on there.
Did you hear that he he got like a text or something like from it might have been New York that was like, oh hey, yeah, like you got the job, but we got to interview Flores. Like they accidentally sent him the message.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that.
I did not.
There are 3 teams. There are
I-
actually 3 other teams besides Miami that can be implicated. The Jets are one of them.
I look
Shocking,
at him.
the
I look
Jets.
at him and I think of like I always fuck up his last name, but the defensive coordinator for the Niners. I just think some guys are not
Salah?
meant to. Yeah, I don't think some guys are meant to lead the dance.
Yeah, well, Salah's not meant to lead anything because his defense was fucking trash this year so far. So
Losing 2/3 of your players will do that, yes. But I'm just saying.
I think he's a good D coordinator.
it's literally the most hurt defense in the league. It's not even like a close statistic.
I
if
think
you're
you give
gonna
him
try
a
and
healthy
question
defense,
it.
he's fine.
the problem with Salah and the problem with Ed Donatel and a lot of these other guys is the bend don't break defense doesn't work in the NFL anymore because kickers can kick from 63 fucking yards and it's not a problem. So
70 in practice.
bend don't break is becoming bend and slightly break. And when you slightly break in games against teams that have a good defense too,
Cam Little.
you're going to lose games. That's how that works.
True.
The average NFL game is decided by 4 points or less. So
I just
bend,
think
don't
some guys.
break is a terrible fucking way to operate unless
just-
you're running an offense with like a juggernaut.
I just don't think some guys are mentally the dance. Is all I'm gonna say about it.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Robert Salah, not mentally the dance.
I don't know. If,
Brian Flores,
I don't know, man. We'll
Mentally
find
the
out
dance.
if he
Yeah, we'll
lands.
find out.
Well,
He's gonna
if
be
he
another-
lands
he's
that
gonna be a
job
head
and he
coach.
shits the bed, then we'll know.
So Cardinals, Raiders, Browns, Falcons, Giants, Ravens.
Ravens, Raiders, Giants is my top 3 spots.
I also still would contend that like the Falcons, if you can figure out a reasonable quarterback situation
But
there.
like, what do you do there? Because
Yeah,
they're
but-
talking about releasing.
But Arthur Blank is a good owner, bro.
he is, but they're talking about releasing Kirk.
But here's the thing, though, right? Like, even if
They
they
were
do,
going to do that. Anyway.
even if
Yeah,
they
but
do,
what do you got? Penix then's your option?
yeah. But Gavin, look at the roster in Atlanta and the fact that look at the other teams in the division. You got to go 9-8 and you win your division.
You're not
so
wrong,
bad.
but like,
look
what's your
great.
plan at QB?
To be honest, bro, I don't even mean this in like a disrespectful way. That division is so trash.
It is, but like,
Dude,
just-
get Malik Willis and you go 9-8 in the NFC
Let me
South.
throw another.
Easy.
Let me throw another name at you guys. Mac Jones.
Carter would be thrilled to hear
Mac
that.
Jones looked pretty
you know, I'm
fucking
not
good
gonna
this
lie,
year.
that actually hits.
And
That hits.
if you take a page out of a lot of playbooks, where like this year you're seeing resurgence of Daniel Jones, Sam Darnold, some of these guys that came in didn't really get a full chance, were in a bad org or a bad situation maybe,
Because you hit on
and
2
then they
points.
go to another place. Like
You hit 2 points there. The owner's good. You have the right support there in the right system.
like Arthur Blank is loved.
Yeah, because he does
He
the
cares
right
about
things.
his players.
He does the right things.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not. You're probably not wrong.
I
Atlanta's
mean, if
probably
I'm Atlanta, you take the head coaching job, you sign Mac Jones, and you let Penix and Mac Jones battle in training camp to decide who's going to be your starting quarterback. You roll with that guy. If Penix ends up being your guy and he gets hurt again, you just know you get to move on from him. You put Mac Jones in there. I'm telling you this right now, with the way that Mac Jones played in San Francisco this
he
year,
looked good.
if you get a pretty good offensive coordinator or a good offensive-minded head coach,
He can run it.
Mac Jones is going to have you 10-7 that division. You're going to
Easy.
win that division.
So now the question comes down: would you rather try to figure out who your QB is going to be, or go to the Giants and have Dart and Cam? I think I'd rather go to Atlanta. I think you're right.
I would rather go to Atlanta.
I think I'd rather end up in Atlanta.
Dart's on a pitch clock. Like that guy's the way he plays, unless he changes his entire game, he's not going to play very long. And Cam Scadaboo, I love Cam Scadaboo so much, and I know you guys knew that out of college. I told you guys how good he was going to fucking
did.
be, and
You
you guys
did.
didn't believe me.
No,
You
we got
didn't.
it on tape of how much you loved Scadaboo.
But-
we do.
But
That career
he
ain't
might
going to
not
be very
play more
long.
in about 5 years.
You think
Yeah.
he's got 5?
Yeah, he's so CTE prone. Like that kid is, he might already be so brain dead. Like it's
I don't
just,
know.
he might give 5 years.
So we got Ravens, Falcons probably at 1-2.
I honestly think Vegas is 3.
I just want to say this about the Ravens job. I'm not so sure it's the best job. And the reason
think
being is
Atlanta-
this. Yes, they provide stability, but they've provided stability to a coach who's made them very competitive for 18 seasons. That is not a job that you want to go in and have to figure out how
Like
you're
follow
going to be
up.
successful.
Yeah.
Because like if you
don't-
flop,
Right.
So
you're
I-
getting canned.
I looked at the records of his time there. The season before he came, they were 5-11. Over his 18 seasons, he had 3 losing records, but 2 of them were 8-9. So like I looked at he averaged 10-6 over his entire career. He had a winning record 15 of 18 seasons, made the
And a
playoffs
Super Bowl.
almost every year,
And won a Super Bowl.
won a Super Bowl. Like
Yeah, you're
Right
right.
now-
How do you follow that?
Like right now, KOC is coming off of last year's NFL Coach of the Year, right? He's, I think, 43-25. So he's averaging like 11-6. He's averaging like right about what Harbaugh did, but Harbaugh did it for 18 years.
Imagine if we get to see KLC for 13 more seasons,
I won't be upset.
be 10-6 or 11-6 average, take us to the playoffs of the next 13 years, let's say
10 times.
11 or 10 times, and we win a Super Bowl. You want to follow that
I'd be
guy?
thrilled.
No,
That guy's a legend.
I think you're right. No, you're actually
Yeah.
spot on here
And-
because if you flop and say you get 7 wins on a rebuild year, you're getting fired.
Or else you're on the hot seat.
Or you're on
Right
the
away.
hot seat where you
After
have
1
to,
year.
after you get 1 year, on year 2, you better make a deep playoff run. Because if you go, say,
Yeah.
7 wins and then 8 wins, you're done.
The Cardinals have had Jonathan Gannon for 3 years. He's been trashed the entire time, and they gave him a 3-year runway. If you go to the Ravens and you do that, you might get 2 seasons.
You might only get 1.
You might get 1.5. It might be halfway through year 2, and they're like, you know what? This isn't the fucking guy. People are going to be, it's going to be so
Because
hard.
the
You
other
gotta
thing is
go in
Ravens
there.
fans are savage.
That's what I'm saying. Baltimore is a rabid fan base. Like, you don't want to go in there and be fucking,
Yeah.
you know, 7-11, you'll get bullied out of the building.
Here's the
I guess
problem,
it's a
though.
good way to
7-10.
figure out. It's a good way to figure out Flores can coach.
The other problem, though,
True.
is these other places, though. Like, I don't want to go to Cleveland.
Well, no, but no
Cleveland,
Cleveland.
honestly, I think you brought up a really good point that I did not consider. I think Atlanta's the best option. I think then it's the Ravens because of the pieces already there. And I stand on, I think Vegas is 3.
Because who else you got? You got Titans,
It's
You
not
got-
the Titans.
Raiders.
It's not.
Here's the problem with the
Browns.
Raiders. Here's the problem with the Raiders. The Raiders have 3 good players, and then can you guys tell me anyone else on the roster?
No.
Okay. So that's a big problem.
But you've conquered
And-
3 of the hardest pieces to get.
Yeah. What about your O-line and your D-line? Like you need like 12 more players that are
And
good.
Yes,
you're in a
but-
division that is actually pretty scary right now.
Chiefs,
Chiefs,
Not
Chargers,
not that
Broncos.
scary.
Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos. Gavin.
2
What?
of those teams scare me.
Gavin.
Chiefs are on the downhill slide.
Yeah,
They're
not-
gonna
They're
not
going
for
to be
long.
back next year and
Not
they'll be
for
in the
long.
playoffs.
No.
I'm
Oh,
telling you.
Yeah.
They'll be in the playoffs next year.
I could almost
Put my
guarantee it.
fucking money on it right now.
Yeah.
No
But
faith.
my point, the Broncos are the 1 seed. The Chargers are 11-6, and the Chiefs had a bad year. And you want to go play in that division?
With a roster that, 3
I'm
guys.
sorry, dude. You've got to replace. It's not like you're going to the
Hold on,
Ravens
hold on,
or the
hold on,
Falcons
hold
where
on,
you got
hold on.
a pretty good team. You've got 3 good guys and then a team that sucks dick.
And you gotta live in a desert.
And you want me to take Arizona, who's got who? Trey McBride, Jacoby Brissett,
Marvin Harrison Jr.
who
They've got a
half of the
couple
year couldn't catch a pass.
I don't know if you know this either, but like the defensive line for Arizona, pretty decent actually for some young guys that they're not paying a lot of money. Their O-line was not that bad. Jacoby Brissett talked about the O-line being better than people gave them credit for.
Dude,
They've got some pieces in Arizona,
Yeah.
and they're a patient franchise.
The
I'm
only-
not saying that Arizona's the best job. I'm just saying I think it's better than the Raiders' job.
The same argument could apply, though. The NFC West is a buzzsaw. Seahawks, Niners, and Rams. You're talking about, I think, 3 of the best, 4 records in the NFC are from that division.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you also got to keep in mind Rams aren't going to keep this up because Stafford has had a great year, but even if Stafford is
He's got
playing
5 more years.
that's
Nah,
He's got 5.
2 to 3.
there's no chance.
5.
Devontae Adams earlier this year was talking about having to try to talk him into coming back next year. So I think you're talking about 2 years for Matt Stafford. And
But McVay's a good coach. They'll draft
I don't
somebody
think
and be
that the
fine.
Seahawks are going to be 14-3 again
No, I don't
next
think
year.
so.
No, but 2 years, though, in the NFL coaching, if you're not, if you're getting crushed
Yeah, but they gave
by your
Jonathan
division-
Gannon 3 years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fair.
but are you really going to do
and
that
they're
again?
terrible though.
But are you
Like,
going to do that again? Are you going to go through another 3
but
years of chances?
if you're a head coach and you can make the Cardinals 9-8, you're
If.
keeping your job for 5 or 6 years probably.
Probably.
If.
Okay, yeah, dude. I hear what you're saying. It's all ifs.
I
But
don't know.
I
Man.
I think Falcons is the best job. I don't think you want to go to the Giants because Joe Shin is there. I don't think you want to go to the Browns because obviously they make terrible decisions.
let me ask you this. Say somebody like Harbaugh lands at the Browns. Where do you start?
Well, he won't.
Hypothetically, just humor me. Where would you start?
You want me to tell you my honest?
Yeah, I'm curious. Because other than Myles Garrett, what
I
do you
think
got
Harbaugh-
going?
that
Harbaugh
job,
to the Falcons, I really like.
I would go to Haslam and Jimmy Haslam, the owner of the
Mhm.
Browns, and I would say, hey, if you want me here, you got to let go of Andrew Berry, your GM. That's the first thing I would say. You got to get rid of Andrew Berry.
But
The second thing that you do is you make Shadur your quarterback, and you put your arms around him, and you embrace him, and you allow him to actually try to become a grown man. Because I think you got a lot of that immaturity and Baker Mayfield shit with Shadur having grown up around Dion, who is the other problem with growing up as Dion's son is what Dion was as an athlete is not comparable to what Shadur is as an athlete. I mean, Dion was a human specimen freak, and Dion realized that in order to be marketable in the NFL, he needed to make himself into a character. And so Dion has lived as a character. So these kids are growing up with a dad who is a showboat pony character, which makes them think that the way that they're going to get paid in the NFL is by being a showboat pony character. And the reality of it is, I think if you give Shadur a coach and an organization that wants to be hey, dude, you're actually not that bad of a quarterback, but you're also not Deion Sanders, and that's okay. But if you want to stay in this league, you've got to step up and be a leader, and you got to stop doing the theatrics so much, because the theatrics only work when you're Justin Jefferson and Deion Sanders. When you're going to be like a middle of the road, like if Dak Prescott acted like Shedeur Sanders, he wouldn't have played very long in the NFL.
Yeet.
So you gotta just sit down with him and be like, dude, you can be a productive quarterback in this league. You have to change your mentality a little bit.
So like those two things, but like where do you start with players? Because you have nothing you can trade away to gain any like assets.
I mean, that's part of why the Browns position is so bad.
Do you just have to draft really well and hope?
No, I think you can. I don't think they're maxed out on their salary cap. That's the other side of this. Like, I think they have salary cap room. You can cut some guys. You can release some guys that haven't been that good.
Yeah, no, forget Quinshon Judkins. He's good.
Quinshon Judkins is very good. And you go out, and I think what you do is you go out and you say, all right, we were able to pick up Harold Fannin, tight end, who's been incredible this year. So you bring him back. Your O-line's not horrible. You switch out a couple of pieces.
Their defense keeps them in games too.
Then you go and you get guys like maybe you trade for like a Jordan Addison dude. Like maybe you go and you make a couple moves.
Trade
for like,
me 2 offensive linemen for
get
Jordan
me a wide
Addison.
receiver 2 or a good wide receiver 2 that can play a role as a 1 for a couple of years.
Pay George Pickens.
That would be a great move, Gavin. Now, by the way,
do I want Pickens around Shedeur though?
Pickens ain't leaving Dallas, by the way.
No. 1,
nope.
2.
Jerry Jones fucking loves him.
2
dude.
Also, could you imagine 2 immature morons on the same team?
Oh man,
bad.
Jerry Jones loves George Pickens. I watched a Hard Knocks like behind the scenes meeting where it's Brian Schottenheimer and Jerry Jones meeting, and they're talking about George Pickens playing, and they're like, Jerry Jones is asking him, what did he say after this play? Because they're watching him and it was a bad play. And Schottenheimer said, after the game, I asked him how he thought he played, and he said he didn't play well. He said that he wants to be better. And he's like, since we've seen George come here, he's taken a ton more accountability. And what they said about him, too, is Schottenheimer's like, this kid loves football. Like, he loves playing football. He lives for it. And when you got guys that they want to be there, they want to play, and they love playing the game, you kind of ride some of those waves with them. So
look, Dallas is an average defense away from being actually like a pretty good team.
Yeah.
Like their offense was scary.
Oh, by the way, I heard a crazy statistic, and then we got to wrap this up. Eberflus, defensive coordinator for Dallas this year, who they fired, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw that. Did you guys see in the last 4 years in the NFL, they rank this year's Dallas defense ranks as the 4th worst DVOA defense of every single NFL team over the last 4 years.
They were really bad.
They're the 4th worst defense of DVOA over the last 4 years.
They were really bad.
So, Eberflus, still fucking idiot.
Still
apparently. Trash. Yeah, I don't know. So I guess we're all on the same page. Like maybe Atlanta's the best job.
I think so.
Tough situation maybe a little bit with the quarterback stuff, but I think it's navigable. And the other reason, really quick before we move on from this, I thought the Titans job might not be that bad of a job is because Cam Ward looked pretty decent toward the end of the year.
Last 5 games he started to actually
and
show.
I think if you take that momentum and you bring in some more pieces, they have a ton of salary cap room.
They do.
And Nashville right now is a very hot place to be in the United States. They can draw players there. There's no state income tax in Tennessee.
You're right on that, but like,
it's a fun place to be. Living in Nashville, it's not a big market.
But AFC South, not really usually that great.
Not that good of a division.
But you've been known to be bad in the office. Do you really want to play for that?
Well, I don't think it was that bad when Vrabel was there. I just think they've kind of gone downhill.
I think that was a little stint, though.
Little blip. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just saying. I think it's harder than.
I like the Titans more than the Raiders.
And here's the other side of this too. It depends on who you are. Like if you're like a
maybe not.
If you're a good head coaching candidate, like a Kevin Stefanski or a Brian Flores, right?
Jim Harbaugh.
John Harbaugh.
Or John Harbaugh, sorry, thank you.
Like that's not the Ravens job isn't that scary of a job because you have so much pedigree and respect, I think, walking in the door for players.
Mm-hmm.
If you're like a coordinator that's like taking your first NFL head coaching job, I would probably rather end up in Tennessee because the bar is going to be so much lower and you're going to have a little bit longer runway. You're going to have a place that players probably want to come. Not a lot of guys want to go to Baltimore, man. Like just in terms of like playing there and living there, you know, like that's a tough place to play. And if you're bad, the fans let you know it. And like the Titans, dude, they're just so used to like average fucking football. You know, like if you go to the Titans right now, I'm telling you, mark my words, if the new Titans coach can make that team 9-8, and they're 9-8 for 3 seasons in a row, that guy's not getting fired. If you're 9-8 in the next 3 years with Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens, you are getting canned.
You might not make it 2 seasons.
You are getting canned.
I think the other part too, if I'm based on the recent years in Tennessee, if I'm going there, I probably would want to be sold on like, tell me about your vision. What does the GM situation look like? Like I need to know that there's actually runway here, and it's not going to be like if it's one bad year, it's just done.
Hold on. We do need to pause on one thing because you two both looked like you knew. Who do you think the team that has a head coach called Harbaugh?
I have no idea.
Like I said, I mean, Miami, Washington Commanders.
It would be a very Miami thing to do.
Miami would make sense. That would fit to me.
That owner doing that type of thing makes so much sense.
That said,
I'm shocked McDaniels
had read
didn't
the owner of the Dolphins. Is it Stephen Ross?
I think that's right.
He had been interviewed. He said that McDaniel is sitting in on the GM search right now.
Oh.
So I kind of feel like he's staying there.
I think McDaniels is a good coach.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I thought that too, man, but the jury's out for me.
He made some decisions this year on things where I was like,
it's
what
more
are you
so
doing?
just his attitude. It's like the way that he like talks and stuff. Like he just doesn't feel like a leader of men to me. He feels like a really smart guy. Like he feels like a great coordinator. But I think
doesn't give you the
you made a minute ago where it's like
some guys are not meant to lead the dance.
Some guys are not meant to lead the whole dance. And I'm not sold on Mike McDaniel anymore. The way that he's kind of handled himself down the stretch, it's like he kind of sloughs off the fact that they're not that good, you know? And like, why are you sitting Tua, dude?
I need a guy.
Let me just say
I also think he puts on like a little bit of a thing.
No, he does.
Like a shtick.
Like
he for sure does.
I think in-house would like pretty different.
I don't care, Nathaniel. I don't want my top sales guy.
Yeah, fair.
Just because you know you're the guy.
Yeah.
I don't want you going out acting like some schmuck. Be the guy then.
I want Dan Campbell leading the press conference.
You know,
I want real emotion, real tears.
I want you to fucking care. I don't want you to go out there and lose games and then not care. I don't want to do that. And I don't care if it's an act. Pretending you don't care, pretending it's no big deal that you suck. That's not funny.
What did we all
that's
love
not funny
about
to your fans that pay money every single week to come watch you play?
Yeah, that's fair.
And what did we love about Belichick all those years? Savage requirements of players. And anyone who'd be like, so you guys lost, what do you think? Moving on.
Yeah,
and he would just ignore you.
Dan Campbell got interviewed after their season.
He's fucking crying.
The day after their season, he cried. And they said, what grade would you give yourself on this year? He said, I give myself a freaking F.
Yeah. I mean,
that's the coach I want.
Here's the thing, man.
That's the coach I want.
Here's the thing, man. If you had told me that the Lions were going to finish last in the NFC North, I would have said you're crazy.
Yeah,
they were last.
Did you see that David Montgomery is more than likely requesting a trade? He wants out. Was upset with his usage.
I want him.
I'm in.
I want him.
You have a 4th and 1. You are getting it with Montgomery.
$7 million a year.
Dude, probably
well worth
6.
it.
I don't know. Yeah, either way.
Knuckles all day.
But see, Gavin, this is what I mean. Where you go back to like when you're trying to build a team and you need the players at other places.
But he's not the same weapon.
So what?
He's
so
not.
Fucking what?
I'm just saying. I think that there are much bigger issues, and I think I hit when I said that the Eagles got lucky.
Look what the Steelers are doing with Jalen Warren and Kenneth Gainwell.
True.
I just think that's Mike Tomlin finding some ways to get it done.
They look pretty good, dude.
I mean, come on.
Kenneth Gainwell looks pretty fucking good. Paying him like $3 million a year, so I'm good. Unless you're gonna offer me like Saquon or McCaffrey, I'm good on the big running back contract.
You wouldn't take Bijan?
I'd cut Aaron Jones last year.
You wouldn't take? I asked.
Which, by the way, let me say this too: the Jordan Mason hype.
No,
I'm good, dude.
I'll take Bob.
Because
I
watched
David
Jordan
Montgomery.
Mason run for a game, and Aaron Jones sits out, and then I see Aaron Jones come back injured, and make Jordan Mason look like kind of a clown.
Didn't we trade a pick to get him back here?
Yeah.
Jordan Mason?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Just not it,
yeah.
dude.
Age like sour milk.
Not that great, man.
Yeah.
So anyway, point being, let's move on to our predictions before we wrap this thing up. So this weekend, Los Angeles Rams at Carolina Panthers.
Rams.
I'll take the Rams.
Oh, I was going to be like, whoa.
Carolina had the game of the
little
year
piece of
when they
me.
won the first time.
A little piece
There's
of
a
you?
small piece of me that thinks that I could see them losing.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, man, it's just perfect scenario. It's like perfect storyline. Like the Rams have come back. Everyone loved them all year. Then they kind of finished the year on an absolute flop. You know, didn't look that good against the Cardinals. Lost to the Falcons. Lost to the Seahawks.
Yeah, but it
Just
it's
feels
Matt
like
Stafford's
it's such
year
a
to
great
win another
letdown
Super Bowl and
spot.
go out.
He won't win a Super Bowl this year,
He
but
might.
it'd be
He might.
not that shocking to see them lose to me in the first round. Green Bay Packers at Chicago Bears. It's in Chicago, by the way.
Bears.
Packers.
Oh, and the Rams game is in Carolina.
Packers.
Also,
Doesn't
I don't
change
know
my
if you guys
opinion.
remember my earlier talk. I think me and you talked about it on the podcast that ended up getting cut because of the voice audio, unfortunately. The Panthers, remember I was telling you guys at the beginning of the year, there's like these 3 events that line up.
No, I'm not buying into this shit, but yes.
Okay. It'd be
You said this
sick,
last
though, if
year,
they made the
too.
Super Bowl.
You said
It
this
would be
last
sick.
year, too, if I'm not
8-9
mistaken.
and go to the Super Bowl.
No, it was the beginning of this year.
Was it?
Yeah, because it's like the year after Ohio State wins the national championship, and then some
OKC
other
goes to the final?
OKC goes to the finals, and there's like some other thing. The Panthers have been in the Super Bowl all 2 or 3 times that's lined up.
Stop.
Packers
you
at
have?
Bears. What'd you guys say?
I said Bears.
You said Packers.
Packers.
I'm gonna take the Bears. And I've rode the
It's
Bears
in
wave.
it's
I've
in
rode the
Soldier
Bears
Field.
wave hard. It just feels like they fought to come back last week. I think that they're like a relentless football team. I think Ben Johnson has coached the living shit out of this team. And the Packers are just so injured, man. Jordan Love
So
hasn't played in
banged
2
up.
or 3 weeks. They've got injured guys everywhere. Their best player on the field from an offensive perspective was definitely Tucker Kraft. ACL guys out for the rest of the year. Micah Parsons out. And I told you, I think last week, but the defense for the Green Bay Packers
Very bad recently.
from weeks 1 through
Bad.
14, they were averaging like giving up like 12.9 points a game. Weeks 15 through 17, they're giving up like 29.
That's not good.
It's so bad.
They
dude.
limped.
They're like,
They limped to the finish line.
yeah, they
this
limped to
season,
the finish
for
line.
sure.
They're
But
so injured. Buffalo Bills at Jacksonville Jaguars.
Bills.
Now, remember when I said earlier this year when we were talking about, the Patriots look, so good, and we're talking about all these guys that, like, who do we think has a real shot at the Super Bowl? And I said, you're telling me Bills at the Patriots in Foxborough. You're really telling me you're taking Drake May over Josh Allen in that game? That's a hard bet, man.
I'm still not.
That's a hard bet. This is Josh Allen's opportunity.
Yep.
Now, is their offense worse than it's been? since
Only
he's
the
gotten
last
there?
3 weeks.
Yeah, probably.
Only the last
but
3
again,
weeks.
you got nobody to throw the ball to, dude.
Yeah, but
I'll be honest.
he's been just Superman.
the one place I kind of didn't want Buffalo to have to go travel to is Jacksonville.
Why?
I don't know. I just have a weird feeling like Jacksonville is just weird. Like you go there and you play as the away team, and sometimes you just look awful.
No. Bills.
I
Bills
think
come
Josh
back.
Allen will put the cape on. I think in this case,
Superman's
it's playoffs.
coming.
I think he will. So I think it will be the Bills, but I would not be shocked at all if not only did the Jacksonville Jaguars win, but they win by like
Double digits or something
7 to
crazy.
10. Like
3
not,
touchdowns.
Not like a super close game,
So
but
what
like
are you
they win.
taking?
By, I'm going to take the Bills.
But it wouldn't shock you, you're saying.
It
to
would
see
not
them
shock
win by,
me
like,
to
No.
see them put up a total dud, and Jacksonville's like, we got it.
I'm riding my boy.
But I'm going to go, it's Josh Allen
Bills.
playoffs time. This is it. This is his chance.
Are you going Jacksonville right now? Holy shit.
Dude, there's something in the water in
See
Jacksonville.
something in the water right now, and Jacksonville's got you fucking tempted?
I'm going to take the Jags.
Holy shit.
I actually don't mind that pick at all.
I'm not going to hate on you, but damn.
I'm taking the Jags because it is the only place that I think the Bills can lose. I think if the Bills had to play the Patriots in
I think
Foxborough
it'd be fine.
in round 1, they'd win.
Hold on. Why?
It's going to be warm. There's going to be people in a fucking pool. They're going to be yelling Duval. It's going to feel fucking weird. People are going to be eating hot dogs you shouldn't be eating. And it's just...
What the fuck? This is the
They
angle.
got
It's
weird
Jacksonville,
food,
man.
weird people, weird environment, weird place, weird weather.
Hold on. Pause.
It just is the opposite of everything that's made Josh Allen great. Cold weather, rough and tumble games, fucking hard-nosed football.
Hold on. I need to ask this.
Trevor Lawrence he's getting fucking comfy.
So you think
Think about it. Wyoming, Jacksonville couldn't be more different.
Shut up. You think going to somewhere with weird people, weird food, and a weird vibe would be better or be harder than going to Foxborough, where you have been dominated other than the last couple of years as an organization.
It's so
for
close.
Centuries.
Foxborough's so close to fucking Buffalo. You're going to get home fans traveling
but
there.
You've
It's going to
gotten
feel
your
like
ass whooped
doesn't matter,
for
man.
years.
Doesn't matter. It's cold Buffalo Bill football. It's cold Buffalo Bill football.
out on this.
You look
I'm
at the
in
rest.
on this.
You look
I'm
at the rest.
so out on this.
You look at the rest of the AFC. Okay,
guys
the
are
Texans, different environment, but it's indoors. It's a rough, hard-nosed football team. That's a good place for Josh Allen to play.
What do you think
Steelers?
the Jags are?
That's a
Steelers would be
beautiful place
great.
for him to play. It's basically a home game. The Chargers have no fan culture. So if you have to go to the LA Chargers, they're like basically the stepbrother, the redheaded stepsister of the Los Angeles Rams.
That would be a weird one, I think, too, though. A
little
bit.
weird, but like they just don't have the fucking energy like that. The Patriots, that feels like another home game. The Niners are so injured, Josh Allen would probably just find a way
They
to
could
take
beat the
advantage of
Broncos,
that
too.
defense. The Eagles, or no, they wouldn't play the Eagles.
Broncos.
What am I talking about? It'd be the Broncos. Yeah, the Broncos feel like that would be his game. He would carve them up.
I don't
And
know.
the Jaguars just feel like they're so hot on offense. And
But they...
no,
It's
they're
just-
hot.
it's
They're hot
weird.
right now,
They're
but how did we
13-4.
start?
It's the
They're
perfect
13
recipe.
and 4. It's way more important to me how they finished than how they started, because right now I don't give a shit what you did weeks 1 through 5.
I'm out
I
on
just
this.
don't care.
I'm out on this.
I don't really want to take this pick because I like Josh Allen and I want to believe that he's going to get this done. I just feel like the questions about McDermott, the offense has been trash.
The receivers have been trash.
The receivers have been trash.
Let's clarify
The
that.
tight ends have been very average, by the way, too.
The quarterback and running back have been above average.
The quarterback and running back are very above average, and it just feels like a perfect game for Jacksonville to shock the world.
God damn. I don't love it, but maybe.
I love that pick. That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
hold on. Why don't you take the non-safe bet then and take it, Mr. Fucking
sa-
30-year
the Jags-
mortgage at a 4% safe ass?
The Jags are probably favored. I picked the upset.
I don't think the Jags are favored.
Are they?
I don't know.
I didn't even check.
I don't think so, but
Look it up.
Because apparently I
look
just
it up.
picked-
Hold
I
on,
just-
look
I
it
just
up.
picked
And
the favorites.
if they're not favored, you have to take the Jags.
No, you can do whatever you
No,
want.
fuck that. I don't want. I want this safe.
No, I
Nah,
want to be
man.
the only guy
We're
taking
just,
the
we're
Jags.
just
all right?
pressuring my pick.
Well, yeah,
percentage
because you're
down.
like the 30-year mortgage driving a Volkswagen guy. Like,
Oh,
where's
yeah.
the risk?
big
in it?
Volkswagen. thing.
The risk is the Volkswagen, bro. It break down at any second. Costs a
that's
lot
right.
of money. It's,
Yep.
it's a
Expensive to
European
fix.
vehicle.
Sorry. What did you want me to fucking say then? What car would have got you by without busting my balls?
No, dude. Yeah, I'm
Ford
I hear
Focus,
you, bro.
Toyota Camry.
Okay. Buffalo
Camry
is
would've been
1.5 point favorites.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course you pick a favorite.
God.
you picked him too.
I'm a Bills guy.
All right, Niners, Eagles
Niners get it done.
I want the Niners here.
in Philly.
Niners get it. Niners. Brock Purdy carves them
Eagles are ready to flop.
up. Carved it up by Purdy. I'm calling it right now.
Yeah.
Purdy's just looking too good.
Yeah, Eagles not solving all the in-house trouble in time. I got Niners.
I'm taking the Eagles.
Really?
Yep.
The Niners defense is bad,
Niners defense terrible.
but
The Eagles have been.
Philly 4.5 point favorites, by the way. So
that's wild.
big upset pick with the Niners.
I'm going Niners because I think Purdy carves up that defense. Kittle's back. He's feeling good. Caffrey's gonna have a big game.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna disagree with you. I'm just gonna straight up say I think that the
Eagles
Eagles are gonna win
D-line
this
gets
game.
it done.
It's not the D line. It's gonna be their offense.
You think so?
Yeah.
Their
I don't
offense
think
that
so.
has had multiple games
Doesn't
in the
matter.
second
Yeah,
half.
the
throwing
Niners
for
defense is
5
trash.
yards.
The
Nah.
Niners defensive is trash, and the Niners have shown that they can play very poorly against teams. They can play very bad on offense. Purdy has had some games where he's thrown some picks. And I think Purdy's a very good quarterback. I just think going into Link, the Philly fans at playoff time are going to be rabid.
I got faith in my boy.
And if there are any holes on your team and you go into Lincoln Field and you're not ready, you're in big trouble in that stadium in the playoffs. You're in big trouble, dude. And the Niners are a warm weather team from the Bay. Got to go play in rough, shitty weather in Philadelphia at a time when those fans are going to be liquored up, ravaged, angry. And I just think, this is a team that won a Super Bowl a year ago, you guys. Okay? Largely, a lot of these offensive pieces are still sitting there. They've not done a very good job at utilizing them. Kevin Petula has proved to be a pretty fucking bad offensive coordinator. But I just think you're walking into a game with a guy who's won a Super Bowl. And in a place, it's the last place that I would want to play in the playoffs. It's the worst place that you can go play if you are a southern half of the country team right now. The worst place that you can go play a game is against a Super Bowl defending champ in Philadelphia.
Here's what I'll say about the Niners, though. There will be enough players on that roster who will remember when they probably would have, maybe they would have beaten the Eagles if Purdy hadn't gotten injured.
Okay, but the problem is this.
Purdy's coming back with a vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
Purdy's still banged up. Kittle's banged up.
Yeah.
McCaffrey's been shouldering the fucking workload the entire year in warm weather, by the way, might I add.
Doesn't bother him.
When you're 32 years old and you need a geneticist to fix your fucking knees, and you got to go play in...
Which is a word, by the way, geneticist.
I know. He looked it up. He confirmed that I did.
You got to
say
go play in 30 fucking degrees. At the Link.
They put up a 30 stack.
Anyway,
give me Niners.
That's why I'm taking
30
the Eagles.
stack. Give me Niners.
I like it. I like
30 stack by the Niners.
The Niners score less than 20 points in that game.
30 stack.
I like it.
I called the Bucks win.
Okay,
so.
let's get through these. Chargers and the Patriots.
Chargers. Chargers.
Drake May's going to go nuts in this game.
Justin Herbert's going to figure it out.
Nope.
Jim Harbaugh. Telling you right now. Or John.
Jim.
I always fucking mix them up. Harbaugh.
I
Telling you.
really like where your head's at.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I'm going to take the Patriots.
Nah.
You like where my head's at, but you're taking the Pats?
Yeah.
Vrabel.
I
love where your head's at. Because when I saw this game previewed, I don't know why, but I have this vision of Harbaugh
hoisting a trophy.
And Herbert. Not hoisting a trophy. Just beating the Patriots against all odds. Very unlikely for them to do it. Ended the season poorly. Herbert fucked up hand. This is what Jim Harbaugh lives for. These are the moments that Harbaugh is made for. He loves this shit. And I just feel like there's just this vision in my head of the Patriots losing this game, being so disappointed, and I can just see the Patriots players on the sidelines, sunken heads, and Jim Harbaugh and Justin Herbert just fucking screaming, laughing.
Then why'd you pick the Pats?
Because the Pats have shown me all year what I thought I told you guys at the beginning of the year. This is a well-coached team. It's going to be a well-coached football team. They're not going to make a lot of mistakes. They're going to pound the rock. And when they can't pound the rock, they're going to throw the ball. And they got veterans at the right places.
And Drake May can play.
And Drake May is a good quarterback. And, it's just a recipe for success.
I'm at the moment wishing we'd have drafted that kid.
We tried.
I know.
We tried to trade up.
Would have been nice.
So, I think the Patriots are too well coached. I think they're going to get a win here. But
Jim lives for this.
Jim lives for this shit.
And
so,
honestly, Justin Herbert might just figure it out finally and play like he can play under big light. Maybe.
Who's the best defensive lineman on the Patriots? Okay, sounds good.
So what? Hold on. Was that a point to say that you think he's going to carve him up?
That's why I think that they could win that football game.
I couldn't name one defensive player on that team, I don't think.
That's why I think there's potential for them to win that football game. I am going to take the Patriots, though. Texans at Steelers last game.
Steelers.
Not gonna lie, I hate that the Texans have to go to Pittsburgh.
They gotta go to Pittsburgh. It's a tough place to play.
It feels like such a bad place for them.
I think
to go
that's
play.
harder to play than Philly. I think.
No.
You don't think so?
No chance.
I think Pittsburgh's hard.
No.
I did like how the Texans finished the season, though.
City of brotherly love, city of steel.
Yeah, brotherly love is not the same as what you think it is because you're from Minnesota. There, it's like, we'll fucking rob you blind, but we'll leave you with a blanket.
Man.
I'm going to take the Steelers.
Wow, he's riding the train with me.
Last week watching Aaron Rodgers play in that football game, he's way too experienced, man.
I think the
He's
D-line
way
from
too
the Texans is just too good. I'm going to go Texans.
I like it. It's a tough game. The Texans are a better football team.
Yeah, and I think
it
the
just
Texans
feels like CJ Stroud is still young. He's been injured this year. Nico Collins has been injured. They've kind of fought their way back into this season, and that's good. But how much energy do you expend having to kind of fight your way back when like the Steelers have just been kind of on autopilot? Like, let's be 500.
Yeah.
You
We'll
know,
just skate
let's be
through
like
here.
one game above 500, and then we get to the playoffs, and let's just like
Turn it on.
let Perk Rogers do his thing.
Here's what I'll say. I think this would feel a lot easier if it was like Bills going to Steelers and Texans going to like the Jags. I think it'd be like, look, man, like I just think the away teams are going to get it done.
Dude,
It doesn't feel like a great spot for the Texans, but I'm still going to go with it.
I really stand on. I think Rodgers is just
Yeah, Rogers is too good.
Rodgers is just different, man. I
Wait,
hate
dude.
betting against the motherfucker. I
Lamar
hate playing
Rogers
him.
was an all-time battle.
It was sick.
But it doesn't shock you.
Rogers Stroud.
It's not fair.
Like, imagine, like, I want you to picture that game, Nathaniel. It's outside. It's on Monday night. So it's
In the cold.
under the lights. I don't know if you, let me look this up, by the way. Do you know what Mike Tomlin's record is at home on Monday night?
It's pretty good, I bet.
Probably amazing.
He's 12-0.
Yeah, I'm picking against them.
Yeah.
I have this picture, like just how you were picturing Jim Harbaugh celebrating with an injured Justin Herbert. I'm picturing Aaron Rodgers, just this blank stare on the sideline, like, I don't know, because their O-line is getting eaten alive by Danielle Hunter. Who's the other guy?
Do you know what Rodgers' average pass time is this year?
It's like 1
release
second.
the ball?
It's like 1.
Yeah, it's 1.3 seconds.
Yeah. It's okay.
They're not going to sack him.
They're going to make his life really tough.
They're not.
They're not going to sack
They're not.
him. No, they're not. You can't make anyone's life tough in 1 second.
I might Bill.
Unless you're
Actually,
Myles
Cal
Garrett.
might Bill stop Danielle Hunter for a second.
I think
for sure.
I think
For
D'Amico
one.
Ryans is going to
Cut
cook up
blocks.
something.
Shit.
Cut blocks. Just cut blocks.
Just chop his knees.
I got D'Amico Ryans cooking up a good defensive game plan for this
I don't
one.
think
No,
you
I don't
can.
think it's going to be a high scoring game. I mean, I think this is like a 17-14 game.
I think this could be a 13-10 game.
Yeah, I was just saying, I had 7-10 in my head.
Yeah.
7-10.
Yeah, like it's
Dude,
just
I think
just
this is a defensive.
disgusting.
punt
I think
after punt.
I think this is legitimately.
No, you can't do that because Aaron Rodgers showed you last week against a good defense, which the Ravens came on kind of late at the end of the year.
Yeah,
but
they're
a
not
pretty
that
decent defense at the
Texans
end of the
D
year.
though.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I just think this is a defensive grind in the cold. That's what I've envisioned this game.
Yeah, and the
a little
Texans
bit of
aren't
sleet
built for that
coming.
shit.
A little bit of sleet coming down.
No, I like it. I like what
Yeah.
you guys are saying. I love this shit. I love it. I
don't
don't know. I think the Texans are a very good football team. If they can get through the Steelers, I think the Texans could be a Super Bowl favorite.
No,
Like, that's how much I like the Texans. They're so good.
I know,
Their
but they're
defense is
just-
so good. It's just
they're so banged up because they're trying to push back in though. Like how much energy can you
this
carry?
is the only matchup legitimately for the Texans that I thought would be the worst matchup.
It
Like,
does
I think
kinda-
if they're
yeah.
playing the Chargers, the Patriots, any of the other teams in the AFC, even the Bills,
The Bills make me nervous.
I think that the Texans beat them.
It does also
But-
kind of suck for the Texans that they didn't get a higher seed, right? Because they're going to have to go to all these like cold outdoor places. Not that like totally changes everything, but it does change a little bit for a team I think that's used to playing inside to have to go play in these outdoor January games.
Yeah, I think the Texans can win this football game. Like, I think that the Texans are a better, like I said in the beginning of this, they're a better football team. Perk Rogers.
Yeah, give me Texans.
keep saying it.
It's what he's on. I'm
I
pretty sure he's
know.
on Perky's right now. so.
No,
Got that broken
he's
hand, bro.
clean.
No,
It's clean. He's on ayahuasca.
Oh,
that would be a lot worse. Than,
Then perks? I don't think so.
yeah,
No, I'd rather him do ayahuasca to find
before
himself.
a game.
What he's referring to
hold
is
on.
that he's great friends with Kendrick Perkins. You know,
I would rather him do ayahuasca
Yeah.
on Wednesdays to center himself for the game than be popping perks during the game. I'll tell you that right now.
Not during, just one before
that's crazy.
or at halftime.
Yeah, we've already seen that interview.
No,
I came out
You guys
and it
remember
didn't hurt
Perk
no more.
Rogers? Remember that game?
It didn't hurt no more.
Dude, that guy was high as hell at the end of that game.
Yeah.
Killed
Yeah.
it, son.
Yeah.
No
He looked
problem.
insane in that game.
Yeah.
No, I think yeah, that might just be enough to get done. So okay. Well, listen, thank you guys all for joining us this week. We really appreciate it. Glad to have everybody back in studio. Glad Gavin's off of his little Peter Pan adventure.
Hold on, one thing.
Yeah.
While they're going to win the Stanley Cup, I'm calling it right now on the pod.
Please, please,
I really-
make it happen. Oh my God, please.
Really hope that you're right. Really, really hope.
God, it would be unreal.
And I want to say this as a Minnesota guy. The number one championship I would like to see us get is the Vikings winning a Super Bowl. But the number two championship I'd like to see the state hold, above NBA, above MLB,
Stanley Cup.
is a Stanley Cup.
It's higher than the Vikes for me.
Gosh, are we not owed a Stanley fucking Cup? We're the state of hockey. Get it together, boys. Okay? And it
Playing
seems like,
really good.
yeah, we've lost some games, though, dude. You keep saying that stuff, and then you look at the record, like the last 4 games, and it's not that good. What are the
2-2.
Wild in the last 4 games?
2-2.
2-2.
With one
And
overtime
before that,
loss,
and
right?
before that, we were 7-1. Come on, man. Don't just look at the last little bit.
No, you got to look at the last little bit. It's the
What have
most-
you done for me
most
lately,
important thing.
Kevin?
Relevancy bias is the most
Okay,
important thing in
New,
sports.
New York fan base.
But anyway, yeah, that said, I hope to God you're right. Quinn Hughes is a great player. I can't believe we got him. I know we talked about it already, but I'm just so happy about it. And yeah, that'd be amazing. So, all right. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. We'll catch you next week.